here for our weekly flow. There are optional props for this practice, 2 blocks and a strap. If you love using props and know that you have a hard time reaching back and touching your foot, I'd really recommend a strap. If you're a little bit more prop neutral and maybe sometimes like having blocks nearby, then grab 2 blocks or something that resembles them. Once you've got your tools, let's get moving. Let's get started lying on our backs in a constructive rest. So you'll lie down, plant your feet about as wide as the mat if you're using one, or just wider than your hips width, and then plant your palms onto your abdomen. You might bring your index fingers or middle fingers together to touch and line your thumbs just underneath your rib cage. Let your eyes settle on one spot on the ceiling. Take a really big breath into your abdomen. And let a soft breath out your mouth. And just try that 2 more times. Filling your belly, filling your focus with your breath. And then feeling the backs of the ribs engage down towards the floor as you exhale. And 1 more here. Continue to let your breath bring you back into the present. Cactus your arms into a W so that your elbows are in line with your shoulders and the backs of the wrists touch the floor. Breathe in. Drop your knees to the right and then your gaze over your left shoulder. If you'd like to, you could take your right ankle, cross it over top of your left thigh. It's your front leg over your back leg. Breathing into the left side ribs, left side hip. Letting your knees heavy to the floor as you breathe out. Release the cross. Inhale the knees through the center. Exhale them to the left side and draw your gaze over your right shoulder. You might take the ankle cross here again. And just noticing whatever sensation might be occurring for you, where it might be in your body. Breathe with it. Good. Release the cross. Draw back through the center and kick your legs up towards the ceiling into a waterfall so that your ankles stack over your hips and reach your arms straight up as well. Start to circle through your ankles and your wrists, spreading your fingers and welcoming any sounds and sensations. Take it the other way. Big circles in the other direction. So undo any kinks that might exist there, however long it's been since you've moved in this way, and just kind of shaking the cobwebs off. Gorgeous. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Find a little sway from side to side. Then hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a big swing up and down a few times on your spine. We'll land in a comfortable seat with your right ankle crossed in front of your left ankle. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Interlace your palms at the top. Flip your palms up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Drop your left hand to the floor. Side bend up and over to the left. Stretch up with your right wrist. Look up. And soften your bottom elbow down. Sweep both arms forward and down into an easy pose. Drop your palms, maybe your elbows, and maybe your forehead to the floor as you breathe into your hips. Roll yourself up into a seat. Swing your hands back behind you for support. Find a supported boat pose. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Gently hug your elbows towards each other back behind you and roll forward onto just the tippy top of your tailbone and kick your legs up towards the ceiling as much as your legs will allow you in this moment. So it might just be like a little bit of a lift of the heel away from the bum, or maybe it's straight legs, continuing to try to draw the legs in towards your torso. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Left ankle in front of right ankle this time. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Interlace your hands. Flip the palms up. Stretch up. Arms might stay a little bit bent. Breathe in. Right hand to the ground, you'll take a big side bend up and over. Give yourself space, right? So look down at your bottom hand and slide it really far away from your hips so you got space to side bend up and over. Unlike me in my studio apartment, I might hit my record player, looking up and then deepening with the exhale. Good. Sweep the arms forward and down for easy pose. Drop your head. Remind the breath into the belly, into the back body too. And roll yourself up into a seat. Swing the hands back behind you. Find a reverse tabletop by planting your feet down, hips width distance apart. Fingertips might face in towards your hips or rotate out to the sides. Tuck your tail, press your hips up, and then shove the floor away with your palms. If your neck is cool with it, your head could go back. Breathe in through your nose. Stay here for the exhale. Take one more breath. Good. Drop the hips down, extend the legs in straight, and find a small straddle, small V with the legs. Sweep the arms up to the ceiling, find length in the spine, come on top of the sits bones, maybe micro bend the knees. Exhale the hands down by your legs and drop your torso forward and down. Release your head towards the floor, maybe towards your legs. And roll yourself up, cross your shins, find a tabletop, hands and knees. First couple moments, you might wag your tail. And solidify the shape by planting the palms down into the floor, dropping your belly, lifting your gaze forward and maybe up to the ceiling. Drag the ground together underneath you. Inhale. Exhale, shove the floor away. Imagine you could pull the knees and hands toward one another. So hands pull towards each other, knees pull towards each other. Then as you inhale, you try to pull the hand towards the knee and knee towards the hand. So you try and ripple the mat underneath you. Exhale, shove the floor away and try and draw the hands towards each other and knees towards each other. Good. Neutralize the spine. Keep the feeling of the low belly pulling up and in. Stretch your right arm out in front of you, thumb up towards the ceiling. Big stretch arm up towards the ceiling. Reach it all the way back behind you. Keep your palm facing outward, and then your fingertips are going to land towards your knee as you sweep your hand down to the ground, fingertips to face you, heels of the hands in one line. Push through the right palm so you can stretch the left arm out in front of you, thumb towards the ceiling. Big inhale to sweep it up. All the way back behind you, sweeping it all the way towards the floor, fingertips land to face your knee. Gorgeous. We're going to go the other direction. So right hand's going to sweep backwards this time. Sweep your right arm back, all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down. Land the palm down. Fingertips face forward. The left arm sweeps backwards, all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down. Go in the direction of the fingertips. Right arm forward, up, back, down. Left arm forward, up, back, down. Good. One more on each side. Right arm back, up, forward, and down. Left arm. Really nice. Land the palms down, tuck the toes, hover the knees, hovering tabletop breath in. Knees a little bit lower so that they're like an inch or two away from the floor. Shove the floor away more, slide the shoulder blades apart, lean forward, breathe in, breathe out. Last one here. Good, drop the knees down, find a child's pose, stretch your arms really long up and overhead. So long that your elbows and your wrists start to lift off of the floor. Curl the arms to the right. You might take your right hand, plant it over top your left, stretching longer through the left arm. Drip the armpit down to the floor. Other side. All the way up and over to the left. Left hand might plant on top of the right. Cycle of breath. Really nice. Bring the hands back through the center. Widen your arms as wide as the mat. Look forward between your arms. Pull the ground towards you with your palms. Elbows go wide and low. Chest stays low for a baby cobra. Slide forward. Press your hips and feet into the floor. Lift your chest any amount. You can have weight in your hands or little to no weight in your hands. Shove the floor away, child's pose. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Drag the ground towards you. Look forward, slide forward, and lift up. Hips to your heels, child's pose. 1 more time like that. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Press high up and back. Bend the right knee really deep, lengthen the left heel low. Same thing on the other side. Take another moment to even out your stance. You might softly bend both knees, send them wide, hips towards your heels, and then re-extend the legs. Maybe you try and dip a little bit lower this time, bending your knees, squatting even lower, lifting back up. 1 more time. Good. Stretch your right leg high up and back behind you, bend the knee, take a few circles in space. Go both ways. Stretch your right leg straight back, lunge your right foot forward by your right thumb, drop your back knee down to the floor, sweep your arms up and overhead, biceps frame your ears. You might press your palms together, breathing in to reach up, breathing out to kick through your back foot. Interlace your hands behind your head, wrap your elbows around your face, lean your head back. Take an inhale to lift your heart, maybe your gaze. With your exhale, drag your right heel in so that you pull the ground towards you. Release the hands down, step forward into a forward fold, left foot meets right foot, drop your head. You might catch opposite elbows and swing. Roll yourself up to stand, sweep your arms up high, press your palms together. Release the arms down, mountain pose. Another time like that, reach up towards the ceiling, breathe in. Reach down and out, breathe out. Sweep the arms up, catch your right wrist with your left hand, side bend up and over to the left. Take a breath in, stay for your exhale, dip deeper. Sweep the arms back through the center, switch the grab of the wrist, reach up, 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 and all the way over to the right. Breath in, stay for the exhale. Good, inhale the arms back up, sweep down into a forward fold. Drop your head. Halfway lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, release it down. Step just your left leg back for a pyramid fold. Ground your back heel down onto the floor. Maybe you reach for blocks if the ground all of a sudden got really far away from you. Take your right thumb, sneak it up the front side of your right leg into your hip crease. Hug the hip back as you drop the head down. Good, release the hands down. Bend your front knee enough that you can plant your palms all the way down on the floor. So really bend the knee so that your hands can firmly plant, not fingertips tented. Step your left leg back, step your right leg back. Take a breath in. Exhale to tap your knees down, lower your chest and your chin to the floor. A little tilt of your tailbone up to the ceiling so that you can achieve that chest and chin. Elbows hug into your ribs. And then from here, you'll pull the ground towards you, press your hips down, kick your feet into the floor, lift your heart. Seat to your heels, brief moment, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Kick your left leg up into the air, stack the hip, bend the knee, take a few big circles, knee in space. Spin it the other way. With your inhale, stretch your left leg back. With your exhale, lunge your left foot by your left thumb, drop your back knee to the floor, sweep the arms up to the ceiling, breathe in. Stay for your exhale. Think belly stays in as your hips drop lower. Interlace your hands behind your head. Let your thumbs rest at the bottom of your skull. And let your head rest back. Maybe look up. Stay for your exhale. Really engage your feet with the ground. Release the hands down. Step forward into a fold, top of the mat. 1 more cycle of breath. Roll yourself up to stand, reach your arms up, maybe slightly back. Mountain pose, arms down by your sides. Good. Sweep the arms up 1 more time. And this time you'll bend the right elbow behind the head, catch the elbow with the left hand. And then before you take it anywhere, start to notice where your chin is in relationship to your chest. Find a little bit of a lift of your chin away from your chest. Try to keep that as you lean your head back into your arm. And then try to hug your ribs down and in. Take a breath in. Think plank pose. And maybe, only if it feels like you want to add more, there's not too much going on, you'll lean to the left slightly. Doesn't take much here. Good. Sweep the arms back up through the center, release that. Bend the left elbow behind the head, catch the elbow. Soft bend in the knees, tuck your tail. Lean your head back, hug your ribs in. Breath in and breath out. Maybe there's that side bend to the right this time. Good. Release that stretch through the center. Exhale into a fold, dive all the way down. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale to release. Plant your palms down. Just step your right leg back for your pyramid fold. Ground your back heel. Left thumb will slide up the front side of the leg, hook into the hip crease. Hug your hip up and back so you can drop your torso forward and down. Breathe. Soften into your front knee enough that you can plant your palms down, step your right leg back to a plank, step your left leg back to a plank. Take a breath in. And then your choice to either repeat what we did, knees, chest, chin, or to keep the plank body and lower halfway down by hugging your elbows in to touch your rib cage. Lifting your heart either for a baby cobra or an upward facing dog, gathering your shoulder blades together, pushing the floor away. Hips up and back for a down dog. Take a breath in through the nose, and then a breath out the mouth. Good, try one more like that. Breath in. Breath out. Kick your right leg high, lunge it through for warrior one. Ground your back heel to the floor like pyramid fold. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Right hand's gonna catch your left wrist. Reach up, 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 and a little bit over. Take a breath in. Sit deeper as you exhale. Good, release the hands, interlace them at your low back. Straighten through the front leg as you tip your heart up to the ceiling, reaching your knuckles down your back thigh. Bend into your front knee for a humble warrior. Drop your torso down, then drop your head and let your arms fall forward. Try to get your palms all the way together to touch. Hug your right butt to the left side of the mat so that your head reaches towards the inside of the shin. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Really nice. Release your hands down for pyramid fold. Straighten your front leg. Maybe your hands reach back towards your left foot, towards the back of the mat, dropping your head heavier. Really nice. Bend into your front knee, plant your palms, step back into a plank. Left leg back, right leg back. Take a breath in. Exhale to lower half or all the way down, your choice. Inhale into a back bend, a baby cobra or an up dog. Downward facing dog, shove the floor away. Left leg sweeps high, lunge it through for a warrior one. Ground the back heel, rise up by kicking down through the lower body and let your torso lift over top your hips. Catch your right wrist with your left hand, so do a little bit of that mental math. Figure out which is which. Pull up, 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 and up with the right wrist, and then all the way over to the left. Bend your front knee more to find stability. Kick through your back heel. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, hands to sweep towards your low back, interlace them, straighten your front leg, reach your knuckles down, lift your chest. Bend into the front knee, humble warrior, dive forward. Let your arms fall forward and keep hugging your left butt cheek towards your right inner thigh. Good. Release the hands down, straighten the front leg, pyramid fold. You might bounce your back foot in for a little bit more stability. Plant your hands down to frame your front foot, lift your back heel, step back, move through a vinyasa, or meet us in a dog when you're ready. You might take a couple of breaths in a child's pose. When you're ready, right leg kicks high. Inhale. Lunge it through. Warrior one, ground your back heel, sweep the arms up. Left elbow bends behind the head. Catch the elbow, lean the head back, just like we did before. You can either stay here holding onto the left elbow, or your right arm's gonna sweep around, back of the hand to the low back. And you might just kind of stay here actively trying to gather your hands towards each other. Some of you might try to reach for the bind here by interlacing, or rather hooking your fingers towards each other, or you can just hold onto your shirt or your ponytail or whatever's back there. Lean your head back, bend your front knee. Breath in and out. Really nice. Release the arms, pyramid fold, drop your head low. You're going to take your left hand, walk it towards the inside of your right foot. So you'll tent your left fingertips on the floor and walk it right next to your foot. Now bend into your right knee, lean your shoulders forward so it stacks over top that left wrist, and sweep the right arms back behind you all the way up to the ceiling. Try to straighten your right leg any amount as you turn your chest towards the ceiling, pushing down through your left fingertips and steering through your back heel. The top arm's going to sweep all the way forward, bend your front knee, and then reach your right hand all the way towards the left side of the mat so it goes outside of the bottom arm. Sweep the left leg back, left arm back behind you, straighten through your front leg, look up towards the left arm, breath in. Good. Release the arm forward and down, hands frame your front foot, step back, either move through a vinyasa or meet us in a dog. Your choice. Left leg kicks, breathe in. Lunge your foot through for a warrior one, ground your back heel, arms sweep high, inhale. Bend the right elbow behind the head, catch the elbow, exhale. Your choice to stay here or work your way towards a half bind, thumb points down towards the ground, bend the elbow, back of the hand to the low back. Your choice how you play with a bind or just a really energetic reach. Kick through the back heel and notice that that strong kick helps you find a little bit more lift in your heart. One more. Release what you have into a pyramid fold, straighten your front leg any amount, drop your torso down. Take a look at your hands, right fingertips on the inside of your left foot, bend into your left knee. The left arm's gonna sweep back, up, and maybe you try to straighten that leg any amount as you turn your chest towards the ceiling. Really nice. It's a little shaky for me on this side. Top arm's gonna sweep all the way forward. Bend into the front knee. The left hand comes outside of the bottom arm. The bottom arm, the right arm, sweeps back, straighten through the front leg. Lean your head to the left as you sweep the arm up. Take a breath in. Top arm sweeps forward and down, bend the front knee. Reframe your hands around your front foot. Step back into a plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower half or all the way. Inhale to back bend. Exhale to a child's pose. Seat to your heels, forehead to the floor. Breathe. Full belly inhale. Soft exhale. Inflate the back body, breathe in. Deflate the whole torso, breathe out. Shift forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. Pull your low belly in, just like when you do a plank or we did that hovering tabletop at the beginning of class. Kick your kick your right leg straight back behind you. Pour the weight into your right hand so that your left arm can reach out in front of you. And you'll just take a moment to really shove the floor away, stretch the limbs apart, breathe in. Stay. One more like that. You can do it. Good. Inhale, stretch longer. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale away. Exhale to compress. Inhale, reach. Exhale to release. Kick through your right shin. Left leg sweeps straight back behind you this time. Weight goes into the left hand. Right hand gets light and then sweeps overhead. Shove the floor away. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, continue to shove the floor away. Do that another time. Another inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, compress. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release hand and knee down. Inhale, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, look into your navel. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, look in. Good. Neutralize your spine, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find a downward facing dog. Generous bend in your knees, look forward to your hands, either a walk or a hop. Malasana squat, top of your mat. Toes will go out, heels will go in, feet land a little bit wider than probably your hips width, but do what feels cozy for you right now. If you'd rather do a more parallel primal squat, you're more than welcome to. This is a great version too. And if you never try it, I'd highly recommend trying something that you never try, so that your feet try to become parallel and maybe your armpits wrap over top your knees. Really nice. Take one more breath in it. Gorgeous. Power through your heels, rise up to stand, sweep your arms high. Exhale your arms low. Nice. We're going to take a standing bow pulling pose. So you'll pour your weight into your right foot, lift your left heel up, and then kick your left heel into your bum. So before you go anywhere, you're just noticing balance. Soft bend in your standing legs so that you feel what it's like to really work with balance in this bottom leg and knee. And then from there, you'll take your left hand by your left hip, palm faces forward, and then keep reaching the thumb backwards as you reach towards the inside of your left foot. From here, draw your inner thighs towards each other, sweep your right arm up and overhead. It's a big reach through your right arm and a big kick through your back leg. So keep kicking back, keep kicking back, keep kicking back. And eventually you'll kick so far back that you start to reach your leg up. And then as you start to reach your toes up to the ceiling, that's when the torso starts to come forward and down, because as we look at this polarity, right, as something goes up, something needs to come down in order to counterbalance it. Right, really slow transition all the way back. Release the hand, release the foot. Top of the right foot to the floor. Take a little stretch through the ankle. Good. We'll take it over to the other side. Weight goes into your left foot. Right heel to your bum. You just wait. Find the balance. Right palm beside your hip, face forward, and then start to reach your thumb back behind you, grabbing the inside of your foot. Hug the inner thighs towards each other. A little bit of a tuck of the tail to just help in this first moment. And then stretch the left arm up. Now from here, you'll start to kick back, and that'll probably untuck your tail quite a lot. Kick your leg back, toes reach up. Find something in line with your eyeballs to focus on rather than looking down. And you can always keep the standing leg bent as you stretch yourself out. The hard part here is maintaining the tension in the back leg as you want to come back. So keep kicking as you slowly draw your knees back towards each other. Release the foot, release the hand. Top of the left foot to the floor. Take a little stretch. Good stuff. Sweep your arms high, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale to release, plant your hands down, either step or hop your legs back. I'm going to be nice to my neighbors and not hop. Take an inhale. Exhale to lower half or all the way. Inhale, back bend. And then exhale, find a downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Gorgeous. Come forward into a plank. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Sweep your hands back to frame your hips. Same way that we did with our standing bow pulling pose. So palms are going to face the ground this time. Thumbs go outside. Lift your chest. Push your palms down. Kick your feet into the floor. And now lift your arms up so the backs of the hands face towards each other, or at least the palms face towards the floor. Breathe in. Crunch higher up. Breathe out. One more like that. Breathe in. Lift higher as you exhale. Good. Release into a belly savasana, hands down, look one direction. Doesn't matter which. Let your shoulders slump towards the floor. And breathe into the back of your body. Good. Draw your chin to the mat. Zip your legs all the way together to touch. Interlace your hands at your low back. Try to bend your elbows so much so that you seal the heels of the hands together to touch. I dare you. Try it. Punch your knuckles back. Lift your head and shoulders up. Squeeze your heels together. Lift everything up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stick with it. Lift everything higher. One more cycle. Good. Release that down. Look the other way. Really nice. Flip yourself over like a pancake. So you just are lying on your back. Plant your hands down to frame your hips. Press your feet into the floor and lift up into a hip bridge. Lying on your back, we'll take a hip bridge. Press your feet into the floor. Tuck your tail, press your low back into the floor, and try to maintain this sensation through your core as you press yourself up and away from the ground. So you're still really engaging your abdomen for a few breaths here, and it's not the highest you can lift your spine. Drag your heels in towards your bum, reach your knees forward, and really turn on all of the back body. Go ahead, take another breath. Roll to your back. Leave yourself alone for a moment. You might widen your feet and let your knees drop towards each other. Nice. You have the option to take a hip bridge, same way we did before. Add a little back bend if you'd like, or you can take a wheel pose. Feet will be hips width distance apart. You'll plant your palms down to the floor so that your fingertips face your shoulder blades and your elbows reach up to the ceiling. So as we kind of work towards lifting up in a wheel, I'd recommend trying to lift towards the crown of your head if you've never quite opened your shoulders here. So first you'll find a hip bridge, and then you push weight into your palms, chin to your chest, and try to slide the back of your head against the ground until you can kind of pick it up and plant the crown of your head down. And so for those of you that have lifted up into wheel, you'll shove the floor away more, and then try to straighten your arms a little bit. They may straighten completely, they may not. Hug your elbows a little bit towards each other. Kick your heels towards the floor and breathe. 3 more you can. Lower to the ground. Hands to your abdomen, knees to touch. Big belly breath in. Long, smooth breath out. Legs up to the ceiling like a waterfall. Bring your arms either into a W or a cactus shape. Take your right leg, wrap it over top your left leg like an eagle wrap. Either go for 1 wrap or go for 2. Bend your knees, drop them to the left side. Gaze over your right shoulder. Good. Draw your knees back through the center. Only undo the second cross if you have it, so you still have your legs crossed like you're seated on a train. Lift your head and shoulders. Either catch your shins or start to reach your hands down towards your ankles, maybe the pinky side edges of your feet. Lay back down as you pull your feet wide and then a little bit down towards your body. Good. Release your legs, kick them up to the ceiling, give them a little shake, and then wrap your left leg over top your right leg, 1 or 2 wraps. Drop your knees off to the right side. Breathe. Good. Draw your knees back through the center. Keep the one cross. Lift your head and shoulders. Reach up to catch your shins, ankles, or feet. Pull your feet wide. Lay down. Drag them a little bit towards you. Really nice. Release your feet. Kick your legs up. You can take a happy baby, a plow. If you're ready to be done, give yourself a few breaths in whatever shape feels suitable. And that's it for our time together. Thanks for moving. If you enjoyed this practice, consider becoming a member of the Movement Habit, an online library and community where I guide you through practices to help you build a habit of moving your body to last you a lifetime. Moving is one of the best ways that we can boost our long-term health. So if you're interested in giving yourself a boost for the long term, consider joining me there.